Hi. Jesus. Okay, I think we're all set. Got my lighting problem fixed. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Sawat Ton Chow. How y'all doing? That's the redneck in me coming out. It's been a long time since I lived in redneck country. So today we're going to talk a little bit about a few things. Basically about packing light. We're going to talk about that and why it benefits you to pack light. And I'll show you what I'm packing. Now, I'm packing a little bit heavy just because I'm bringing some of my own food. And the reason I'm doing that is to make sure that I stick to my diet. Uh, there's certain foods that I want to eat, and I don't want to veer from that. Things like tuna, mackerel. Every once in a while, I eat some rolled oats, protein. I want to get plenty of protein, and so there's a few things I'm bringing. I'm bringing a bag, and I'm setting it aside so that if they want to look at it, everything's right there. So that's I can still fit it in my bag. I still got one bag. I got a carry-on bag, and that's it. But I've traveled all over Thailand, all over Southeast Asia, pretty much all over the world for the last, oh God, how long? Since I was about 14 years old. What's that? 20 years ago? No, that's let's see here, 14, and I'm almost 63, so 49 years, almost 50 years I've been traveling. Uh, And for the last probably 20, I've only traveled with a carry-on, and that's it. I don't travel with a big bag. I don't have a bunch of bags that I bring with me. Even when I have equipment, I just tone down what I'm going to wear, and that's how I roll. Uh, in the beginning, when I came to Thailand, I used to take the I used to take the what do you call it? Air courier. And what they would do is they would use your luggage, your check-in luggage, they would use that for documents. And you could carry a carry-on, but that was it. And in exchange for that, you got a cheap ticket. It might be I got one ticket once for $50 to come to Bangkok, and I could only stay for like 4 days, but $50. I was like, "Hey, you can't beat this." Most of the time, it was anywhere from about 100 to 300, something like that. And every once in a while, it'd be like 500, but that was still a deal. So, I just thought, oh, well, I just get to bring a carry on. So, what would I need? Well, I just need my clothes, really. Need my clothes, and I need some toiletries and things like that. And other than that, I don't really need anything. Maybe now I need some gear and things like that. But um, I've seen people dragging along 2, 3 giant suitcases through various airports. And it's funny, but I walk right by the baggage claim. Everybody's standing there waiting for their bags, and I'm just rolling right by. I don't have to worry about anything. And if I want to stop and have a coffee on my way out, I want to get something to eat, I just stop. It's no problem. By the time they get out of their luggage, the baggage claim, I'm done with my meal or done with my coffee, and I'm out the door. I'm ready to get a taxi. And it just matters on what you prioritize and what you need. You don't need a bunch of stuff. You don't need all kinds of stuff. So obviously, I'm going to the south. I'm not saying yet where I'm going to be, but I'm going to the south, and I'm going to show you what's in my bag, what kind of food items I'm going to bring, and I just kind of wonder how many of you subscribe to this theory of packing. You only bring a carry-on bag, or do you bring, a huge bag of stuff? I know people, they bring 2, 3 bags. Really, even now, they're bringing 2 bags, 2 suitcases, and they're bringing a backpack or something. And for me, I carry a backpack, and I carry this. And I'll tell you, all right, I got my carabiner. This one carries I got my passport, I got papers, I have things like my keys, my wallet, which my wallet what I'll do is I'll take out the cards that I need. And this right here, you see, there's my passport and a pen. Right here, you have everything you need for your cards. So I don't need to bring my wallet, which is great. And then in here, right here, I just have this is to connect so I can put it on my shoulder. But you can put your keys, you can put like for me, I put my glasses in here, things like that. And then it just goes right here. You just carry it with you. And it doesn't weigh much, right? You carry that and a backpack. That's all I carry. And my headphones. But usually I'm listening to them. So listen, I want to get into a couple things here. This was a great weekend for boxing. This is for local and international travel. I can tell you, I carried one bag with me when we traveled around the world. We went to the United States. We went to Ireland. We went to Amsterdam, which does it say that? Yeah, there it is. My wife she gave me this, and I said, "Where'd you get this from?" "Oh, from Amsterdam when we were there." And I said, "You've waited almost 2 years to give me this?" But we went to Amsterdam, we went to Portugal, we went to Ireland, we went to the US, we went to Ecuador. Then on the way back, we stopped in like Hong Kong, we stopped in France. I think it was France. Um, I don't know where else. We stayed one other place. But all I carried on that trip was a backpack. That was it. Now, I know some of you may say, "Oh, well, a backpack, it means you got to carry it, and it's not so good, right?" Uh, I haven't got it yet, but there is a bag I've been looking at. It's an Ayers bag, AERS. Great bag, and it fits in the overhead compartment. It fits all the requirements for the airlines for a check-in bag, and it's a fantastic bag that you can roll it. And I think there's one that you can make into a backpack, but I like the one that's just the hard shell because if I want to have a backpack, I'll get a small backpack and I'll carry that just like I'm carrying this. I'll carry the small backpack and then I'll roll the carry-on. So that way I'm not worried about how much stuff I have. I don't have all I have to do is make sure I don't lose any of it. I keep it all with me and I'm good, right? But what I was going to say, let me get into this other stuff here. Um, I want to say rest in peace, Ricky Hatton. I'm really shocked and saddened by his passing. If you don't know who he was a great British fighter, and he was a good guy. and he died at 46, which is just way, way too young. Uh, and it's shocking. It's really pretty shocking. It's just like, Charlie Kirk getting shot. To me, it's kind of shocking that somebody would stoop so low. I mean, the thing with Ricky Hatton is he had some problems after boxing, and he was known to blow up in weight between fights. And I mean, he'd go into the pubs apparently and down the pints, and he's one of the boys. But then when it came time to do his work, he shed all the weight and he would get into great shape. And he won. He was 43-0 when he fought Mayweather, and he lost that fight. He lost to Pacquiao also, uh, and he lost to I think his name is Gusachev. He was a Ukrainian fighter that I actually photographed him in the Beijing Olympics, and those were the only fights he lost. He won all the other fights. I think he won something like 44 fights, 45 fights, and he lost three. So he was a very, very good fighter, and he used to come to the U.S. and all these Brits would fly over, and the atmosphere was just electric. I mean, before there was Conor McGregor, there was Ricky Hatton. Okay, and then this weekend, like I said, it was a great weekend for boxing, aside from Ricky Hatton passing away. Um, And my friend asked me, who do I have? Who are you picking? And I said, well, I like Canelo. He's like, I kind of like him as a fighter, but I think Crawford's going to win on points. I think he's the more skilled fighter, and he's not real small. He's a big guy. And I think he's going to outpoint him. And he's kind of like Mayweather in that he's slick. And he kind of showed that Canelo is more towards the end of his career than the middle of it. And you could call this the passing of the torch, if you will. Just a good fight between two good guys. They didn't talk a lot of smack or anything, but they just went in and fought. And the only drama really was, is Canelo going to catch him? And he just couldn't catch him. So with that win, Crawford moves up to number 3 in the pound for pound rankings, and Alvarez drops down to number 8. And then what was good is there's a Japanese fighter that most people do not know about. His name is Naiwa Inoue, and he's absolutely fantastic, so skilled, so talented. And he fought a guy named Murajan Akhmadaliev. Now, this guy Inoue is 31-0. Now he's 31-0 after this fight with 27 knockouts, and he's the pound for pound number 2 behind Alexander Usyk. And he really is one of the most talented fighters I've seen in a long time. And he reminds me of Prince Nassim Hamed, if you know who that is, if you remember him. And he actually gets knocked down sometimes because he's a bit sloppy. But this fight, he didn't get knocked down. He won almost every single round. I had him winning all but one round, but the judges had it 10 rounds to 2. Two judges had it 10 rounds to 2, and another had it 9-3. And it seemed like the only reason that he lost the rounds was he was just, he was just skating. He was taking the time off. But it really pains me about Ricky Hatton. And so boxing showed it's still here. And the UFC's got nothing on boxing. You get the right guy, the right couple of guys in boxing, and boxing is just as strong as it has been for many, many years. Maybe it's not as strong as back in the days of Ali and Frazier and Foreman, Ron Lyle, and all these kind of guys. But anyway, so enough about boxing. I'm sorry. I don't mean to continue to go on here. I watched the rerun. Hope Canelo retires. He has nothing left to prove. Yeah, I think he's supposed to be a billionaire now. I don't know if he is or not, but he is extremely wealthy. What are you looking at, Sid? He's very, very wealthy. He's well off. And I think he said, now who knows? Maybe he wants to go out on a win, so he'll fight somebody that he thinks he can beat. Not a super fight or something, but he'll fight somebody he thinks he can beat. He'll get a win, and then that'll be it. Or maybe he'll just say, I did good. And he's not upset. He's not, and I'm sure he's irritated he couldn't win. But, like you said, he's got his family, he's got his whole life ahead of him. He's not that old. He's only 35 years old. And so, if he retires now, he's got a lot ahead of him, and he can do all kinds of things. He can do pretty much whatever he wants. Now, something I really want to talk about that's important to people here in Thailand is the banking. Because a lot of websites are coming out with information now about the banking and what's going on with the banks freezing accounts, keeping people's money for anywhere from a couple of days to a month or longer. And you can't have this. You can't have it in Thailand. People want to know that when they come into Thailand and if they have a bank account, they can access their funds. Let me tell you something. In our family now, we're like, listen, we need to withdraw a lot of cash. We need to take the cash out of the bank because, make a run for the bank. Because I don't trust the banks. And when you lose trust in the banks, their country is going to suffer. So I wanted to read this article from the Thai Examiner. It's called Banking Crisis as Security Overreach Limits Large Numbers of Personal and Business Bank Accounts. A banking crisis erupts in Thailand as authorities freeze thousands of personal and small business accounts in a sweeping crackdown on scam-linked mule accounts, sparking nationwide panic, legal outrage, and an unprecedented rush to withdraw cash immediately. Listen, I got to transfer some money this week, and that money's going to hit the bank. As soon as it hits the bank, I'm taking the money out. Even Alex has some money. He's got some money in the bank. I told him, listen, take that money, keep a little bit of the cash, and go buy some gold. Just sit on it. My wife's thinking about pulling her money out. Now, none of us have had our accounts frozen. I think we're all up to date, but a lot of people supposedly are up to date. They have the right visas, and for whatever reason, these banks think that they can do whatever they want. And now there are lawyers calling for people to sue the banks and the state agencies. A banking crisis has exploded across Thailand's financial systems after large numbers of small business owners and everyday account holders woke up to find their bank accounts suddenly frozen. The freeze, triggered by aggressive new tactics from the Technology Crime Suppression Division. Anytime you hear all these acronyms, it's a clusterfuck. And senior bank officials as part of a sweeping crackdown on online scam networks. How many foreigners, aside from Russians and Chinese, are implicated in these scams? Like how many people from Australia, the UK, America? I don't think very many. So they are suffering for this because their accounts are also being frozen. The dragnet has ensnared countless innocent people, sparking outrage and panic. On Saturday night, the Bank of Thailand scrambled to contain the fallout with a top official promising urgent action to reverse the damage. Meanwhile, leading lawyers across the country urged victims to sue both banks and state agencies, calling the mass freeze a blatant abuse of power and a direct assault on property rights. By nightfall, Fear had already reshaped the economy on the ground. Retailers across the kingdom. This is what's really scary. Retailers across the kingdom began rejecting bank transfers altogether, demanding cash as trust in the system evaporated. Now, I planned on taking out cash to go down to the south because I figured, well, some of the places I'm going may not have the QR code and all that kind of stuff, and I just feel better having the cash. I think a lot less places are going to say, no, we don't take QR codes than they are going to say, no, we don't take cash. So I'm bringing cash, like I said. It says here, indeed, it may be an emergency as a growing number of citizens report having their bank accounts frozen without warning. The Bank of Thailand, under intense pressure, was forced to respond. You would think they would want to respond, not be forced. On Saturday evening, it comes on an online storm of criticism. People across the country, business owners, employees, and retirees found themselves locked out of their own funds, triggering widespread outrage and fear, which I don't usually check my accounts because I don't usually keep much money in them. Maybe I keep 10,000 baht and that's it, because I know, and I've known for a long time, I keep enough just to pay for a little transportation here and there. I want to pay for my groceries. I got a card. I use my card from the US. I pay a little bit more, but I don't have to worry about my account being frozen. According to officials, the account freezes stem from a government crackdown on financial fraud. Specifically, police and regulators are targeting the so-called mule accounts, bank accounts used to transfer, hide, or launder money obtained through scams. Now, come on. This makes me sick, really. We're so scared. They lost like 150,000 baht at one bank. That's it. 150,000. And they're worried about it. While the stated goal is to disrupt organized criminal operations, the execution has swept up large numbers of innocent individuals. The Royal Thai Police, in coordination with commercial banks, have adopted advanced spyware and tracking technologies to follow money trails. These systems automatically flag and freeze any account receiving funds linked to known scam activity. Somehow, I don't trust their spyware and tracking technologies. I just don't trust it. You know what? They can barely get a website up and get it to work 100%. I go to the national parks website and it doesn't work. You want to reserve a bungalow or something like that? It doesn't work. You can't do it. You go to another website. Guess what? Sometimes you try to go on to the 90-day report website, doesn't work. You go to the TM30, sometimes it's like, it's not working right now. What's going on, man? I don't trust them. That's the thing. I don't trust anybody. You know that? I mean, I trust my family. I trust some of my friends. And that's about it. I don't trust anybody else. I don't trust these government agencies. I don't trust them for shit. However, let's see here. However, that approach has quickly backfired because money often passes through several hands before detection. Even law-abiding citizens who unknowingly receive funds have had their accounts suspended. As a result, honest people have been caught in a net meant for criminals. Now, the Bank of Thailand vows urgent review after the outrage over frozen accounts. Why does there have to be outrage? Why don't they think proactively, hey, if we do this, a lot of accounts might be frozen and we're going to be screwed. The people are going to be screwed, and then guess what? It comes back on us. No, they don't think that. They just think, they're going to have to deal with it. On Saturday evening, Assistant Governor of the Bank of Thailand, Ms. Daruni Seju, publicly acknowledged the scale of the issue. She confirmed that a crisis meeting was scheduled for Sunday with the Technology Crime Suppression Division to revise their current protocols. In her words, the central bank aimed to immediately unlock wrongly affected accounts and minimize further disruption. Yeah, that means immediate. That doesn't mean 2 weeks or a month. You know, some people, they might have 500,000 baht sitting in the bank. They think they're fine. They don't have a bank account back home. They don't have a bank account anywhere else. They trust the Thai government for some reason. And so maybe they have 1,000 baht in their pocket. They think they don't need to be carrying cash. And guess what happens? They get their account locked and they're like, how am I supposed to live for the next month? How can I pay my rent? How can I pay my electric bill? Despite these promises, public trust is being tested. No, it's already been tested. Many honest people have been left anxious and rattled over the past 48 hours. Social media platforms have been flooded with complaints. And I saw one on Facebook, and it was one after another. And I thought, oh, no, this can't be true. But it was true. Many users expressed disbelief that their accounts had been frozen without notice, explanation, or recourse. Yeah, where's the explanation? Where's the recourse? Where's the explanation that you're supposed to get? Well, we locked your account because we think that this transaction. No, you don't get that. Sorry. No, I don't want your sorries. Stuff your sorry in a sock. Seriously, I hate sorries in Thailand. That is one of my pet peeves. If there's anything I don't like in Thailand, and there are some things that I don't like, one of the things is that they would rather say sorry. Sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. So sorry. Okay. Well, what does that do for me, though? It doesn't do anything. It doesn't make me feel better. It doesn't fix the problem. I don't want to hear you're sorry. I want you to fix the friggin' problem. Some said they were unable to pay wages, purchase medicine, or access daily necessities. Others feared being branded as criminals based solely on an automatic system flag. Here's the AI issue. The fear has grown so intense that, as reports show, some citizens are now rushing to withdraw all cash from their accounts. Thank you. That'll be me. That'll be my wife. That'll be both of my kids. Actually, Nicholas doesn't have that much in the account. He can lose it. But Alex has been, socking away money steadily. And he's got, a fair amount in there. So why should he lose that money and have to go in and explain everything to them? Why does he have to explain anything? What have you caught him doing? What have you caught my wife doing? What have you caught me doing? Nothing. The growing cash panic is already having real consequences across parts of Thailand. Small businesses have been refusing digital transfers. Shopkeepers are posting signs that read cash only. That was very, very good. And I like this little thing, but she bought it, not me. It's a 2-year-old souvenir that I just got. A ripple effect is beginning to threaten the stability of the broader financial system. Legal professionals have entered the conversation, and they're not holding back. Attorney Decha Kittiwityanan posted a blistering public statement accusing authorities of treating innocent people like suspects. He argued that freezing entire accounts based only on indirect links to criminal activities was not just overreach. Now, this is happening all over the world, this kind of thing. The government just takes, oh, well, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and they have no right to do it. Certainly, it was a violation of basic legal principles. In a follow-up, he declared that the situation revealed a failure of the financial and justice system and warned of serious economic repercussion. You think? Why only the fraudulent transfers weren't frozen? What? Why disable someone's entire account without knowing their role? He pointed out that such measures could destroy businesses before guilt or innocence was established. These decisions have human costs that cannot be reversed. There you go. I think some of these banks are going to go out of business because of this. There is no human oversight, no clear justification, and no accountability. This was not just administrative failure, it was a violation of people's rights. My goodness. First, under Section 420 of the Civil and Commercial Code, anyone causing harm through negligence or illegal action must compensate the injured party. Freezing a customer's account without evidence, he argued, falls squarely into that category. He also cited Section 425, which makes banks liable for their mistakes of their employee. Even if a single staff member triggered the freeze, the institution remains responsible. No, but you get up to $1 million baht in insurance. Furthermore, under Section 9 of the Financial Institution Business Act, banks are obligated to act with honesty, caution, and fairness. Seizing accounts without a legal order or due diligence clearly violates this duty. Only the Transaction Committee, or AMLO, is that rain? Officers have, no, it's my cats running around, have the authority to freeze accounts. If a bank acts unilaterally, it may be breaching the law. So they may have to compensate people for what they're doing here: damaged reputation, lost income, missed payments, emotional distress. I mean, it would distress me if I had $1 million baht sitting in the bank and they decided they're going to freeze it. And I'm sorry, we can't give you any money. I'd be like, what the? I'd probably jump over the counter and just, I don't know what, I don't want to say it. Because there's part of me that thinks I'm going to act one way, and then there's the other part that's like, I mean, you can see that I could see some Thai people getting just crazy about this and going into the banks and threatening bank employees and actually harming them because the bank employees are doing this and they don't really have the right to do it. The Bank of Thailand promises rapid action. Oh, yeah, rapid action. Let's see if they do that. But they have yet to announce any concrete changes. The only immediate solution offered so far is the AOC Center hotline. Victims can call 1441 extension 2 to request review or cancellation of the freeze. However, several online users have said they received no clear answers after calling. The process remains opaque and frustrating. So in other words, they're full of it. And the economic disruptions are worsening. Only 25% now of Thais are bankable. Wow, I didn't know that. Bangkok Bank closing accounts held by foreigners without long-term visas. Yes, I've heard that. Bank accounts are not just toys. Property rights are sacred. If banks violate them, they will pay. As of Saturday night, no further statement. Well, as of Monday, from what I've seen, no further statement has been released from either the Bank of Thailand or the Technology Crime Suppression Division. However, the chorus of complaints continues to grow louder. Whether reforms will come fast enough to prevent further damage remains to be seen. For now, the message from the public is clear. Protect ordinary, genuine people and business concerns, not just the banking or justice system or those who have been scam center victims. This is a very difficult situation because I can actually see a place like Wise saying right now we temporarily cannot bank with Thailand. And then you're like, well, how am I supposed to get my money? If you don't have a card, you're out of luck. All right, let me read some of these. Most of the bar girls and bar owners would fall under the scam label. No, they wouldn't. It's ridiculous. Just keep bare minimum in a Thai account. Use Wise. Yeah, well, what happens if Wise goes under? You know, I mean, that's why I have multiple bank accounts. Look at the Thai cop who funneled funds for gangs that still expand. God, come on. You always have a bad apple. I mean, if you look in the U.S., there's so many crooked cops and stuff like that. Wait to see the banking payment confusion if Thailand leaves the SWIFT for BRICS. That's not going to happen, I don't believe. Never put money in a Thailand bank. No FDIC. Well, you are covered up to 1,000,000 baht. So, what do you want? There's no FDIC because it's not America. I assume all well-to-do countries try and fight against these scams, but uh, they don't cause mayhem with the banks, but they shouldn't cause mayhem with the banks to do it. So simply ask a smarter, friendlier nation for help since they're inept. Well, Thailand's never going to ask for help. If you remember, during the tsunami, they didn't ask for help. I think Thaksin was in power then, and he didn't ask for help. No, we don't need any. We're perfectly capable. Yeah, you may be capable, but guess what? You may not do the job very well. I mean, that's just the truth. So this whole banking system, I mean, it's irritated me, but I'm already taking action, and I've already taken action so that I'm not caught with my pants down. I don't have, 500,000 baht sitting in the bank and it gets frozen. They freeze my account. In some of my accounts, I might have 100 baht. That's it. So if they want the 100 baht that bad, well, then freeze my account. And if I have to come in, I don't even know if it's worth it. I might, I got enough accounts where I could just say, you know what, this one can be closed. I'll close 2 accounts. I'll close 3 accounts. Well, then if you have 800,000 baht in the bank and it's just sitting there, there's no reason for them to freeze that. Okay? None at all. I don't see why they would do that. And I haven't heard any of that happen. Now, of course, it could happen, but I haven't heard that. All right, let me continue here. So that's something that, you got to keep your eye on. And it's a very troubling issue, and one that I hope they get squared away really, really quickly. I don't know what the deal is. Good morning. All right, so let me go on here. In case you don't know, my name is Scott. I'm an American in Bangkok. I've been living here for more than 30 years. In another year and 2 months, I'll have been here half my life. 32 years. If you like this live stream, please do me a favor and hit the like button. I'd appreciate it. If you've yet to subscribe, please do that also. And hit the notification bell so that you're notified of anything that's upcoming. If you want to send me a letter, anamericaninbangkok at gmail.com. If you need a consultation, all you have to do is ask. And also, if you want a little bit of a deeper dive, pick up my book, The Expat Survival Guide. It's a PDF book that is instantly downloadable. The link is down below in the description. It's also pinned in the chat, or it's on my website at anamericaninbangkok at gmail.com. All right. Now, what do you accomplish by traveling light? And I know some people may be like, I can't travel light. Yeah, you can. You can. Unless, you're carrying your oxygen tank and you're, all this other stuff that you've got to have. Okay. Then I might understand if it's for medical reasons. But most of the time, all right, if you're a woman, I kind of understand. But even women, my wife did it. She had a backpack. Alex had a backpack. Nicholas had a backpack. I had a backpack. We didn't check any bags. So you get to skip the baggage claim, and you save time and you save stress because you know exactly where your bag is. You hear my cat? Hey, Nancy. Doesn't matter if you're traveling, here to Bangkok, to Phuket, Hat Yai, you're going to an island, especially if you're going to an island What do you want to carry a big suitcase or two or three and a backpack? Why do you want to do that? I mean, think about it. You're going on a boat or in a bus. In a bus, you got to worry about them stealing your luggage. You go on a long tail boat. How much room do you really think you have? Now, some of those long tail boats are fairly large and they could put a big bag on there, but it's a pain in the neck. That's the bottom line. You're traveling lighter. Mobility over stuff. That's what you got to do. Now, I don't know, but I would assume that some of you have probably had some luggage that was lost at one time or another. Yeah, but I don't think 2/4 Korean. I don't know. Do you even know if your account is frozen? I don't think you do. Travel light, freeze at night. Freeze at night. How are you going to freeze at night? I travel with a backpack for clothes and one for electronics. I never check bags. Okay. What does freeze at night mean? I don't know what that means. I always take a carry-on. I don't check in luggage ever. Hey, Sammy, how you doing? Not frozen. Okay, very good. That's awesome. How's it going, Sam? How's things in Tokyo? Let's see here. Now, one of the things also is that dragging a 25 kilo suitcase onto a boat is just not the way to go. And you basically are not going. Starting to cool down here. Love it. Well, it's still raining here. You're not going to lose your luggage if you're bringing a carry-on. You're not going to have to pay for overweight fees on airlines. Um, and if you want to keep a camera, a microphone, listen, I'll show you. I got a bunch of gear in my bag. I got my drone in my bag. I'm not carrying my drone bag. And you have food like rolled oats and peanut butter and canned tuna. Now these are small cans of tuna because you can't go over 100 milliliters. And if you're flying to multiple destinations and you've got a bunch of bags and you've got to pay for overweight luggage, you could be spending all sorts of money. You might be paying $50 a bag, and I mean, this can add up very, very quickly. All right. Now, obviously, traveling light probably will save you your back. And I got a rotator cuff injury. It's still really bad. I mean, I carry my laptop on my shoulder, over my shoulder, and I feel it. So what I usually do, where's my back, my thing? You can see here, the strap from my shoulder is tucked in, and all I do is carry it like this. I carry my laptop like this. Now, this bag is old as sin. It's as old as the backpack. It's almost 15 years old. I don't throw stuff away unless it needs to be thrown away, but I'm not buying another one. Let me see here. It's military saying travel light, freeze at night. Oh, okay. Dude, it's finally starting to cool down here. Oh, good. Yeah, that's one thing about Japan. It does get cooler than here. They might check your bags for contraband if you have a lot. They can check your carry-on for contraband. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Easy to pack, light for domestic travel, a little harder for international trips, especially during winter trips, requiring heavier clothing. Well, what you do to help you is that you wear a lot of the stuff that you want to bring with you. You wear a sweater, you wear a jacket, and you have a shirt underneath you, and then you can take it off on the plane. How's it going with you? Also, what's about clothes? Well, I'm getting ready to. Well, I want to do that, Sam. Actually, the vacuum sealing. I just need to get myself a vacuum sealer for clothing. But I'm thinking about getting the little compartments and the vacuum sealing and all that, just because there is some traveling I'm going to do in the future where I think I can use it, and because uh, I think I'll be able to fit more stuff into my bags. Now, What was this thing called? I got to look at this here. Hang on. Because I bought a bag a couple of weeks ago, and it's called a Tom Talk bag. Many who travel have not done the research. People buy a lot of things, clothes in their home countries that cost a fraction in Thailand, and use a fraction of it in the end. Well, the problem with clothing here in Thailand is that the sizes are not the same as they are in the U.S. But you can figure that out, and yeah, some of the clothes are cheaper. You want to buy shoes and things like that, they're not going to be cheaper. I mean, if they are, they're like nothing. They're not much cheaper at all. What is this? There's no. Hang on a second here. Bags. No. What happened to my bag thing? Now I bought something here. Won't you have to bring the vacuum with you to pack it on the way home? Well, that's something else. Didn't I have an account here? Shit, I don't remember what it was. Yeah, I don't want to log into this, but let me see here. Let me get into the bags. I think it's a Tom Talk 67. Yeah, here's the bags right here. And it was not that expensive, but it is very nice. Now, I forgot about that. Since I'll be on the water, I may need a waterproof bag, which I do have, but I don't know that I really need it. I could put all my gear in it and then it'd be safe, but let me see if I can find it here. Hey, Carlos, you're back. You're back, and I'm going to assume you're doing very well. You're doing better. Let me see here if I can find this. I'm looking and looking and looking, and I'm not seeing it. Why is that? Let me just see if I can. You're doing okay. I like checking my bag on long trips. Don't want to lug my bag around. Took my backpack when I went to Pittsburgh. They pulled me aside to check my bag. My diamond-shaped deodorant stick raised flags. That kind of sucks. All right, here it is right here. Tom Talk. Is this it? No, this is the 66. I got the Tom Talk 67, which are they out? They might be out of it. Maybe I got the last one. I don't know, but I like mine better than the 66. The 66 is very good, but the 67 is a little bit better, supposedly. All right, so whatever. I'll show you the bag in a minute. American mindset thinks quality, high price tag, nothing new. My 16 years working and living in Bangkok and Singapore did me different ways. I don't think that. I don't think that. I don't think that the price equates to quality. I think you have to look for the good value. That's the way you deal with things. Sorry, reposting. Are you going to get that shoulder repaired? No, not yet. It would be interesting thing to vlog with the cost and process. A quick search of Bangkok hospitals estimates around 380,000. Can leave the tablets in the bag now. Makes it a little easier. I don't think they're going to do that with me here, but yeah, I had my hip repaired. It was 300,000, and the shoulder is supposed to be a little more intricate, even though it's only in and out procedure, which I don't understand that. But I don't think so yet. It's only been about 3.5 months, and supposedly it can take up to a year for it to heal. Now, I feel it when I raise my arm up. I feel it when I reach back, because right here and right here is affected. But it does feel a little better sometimes, so I'm not complaining. Carlos, how many bags do you travel with? I'm curious to know. I'm sure you travel with a few. Shoulder is rough. Still can't sleep on my right side. Yeah, it's hard for me to sleep on my right side. If I sleep on my right side, it starts to get really sore and ache, and I'm just like, oh God, and then it hurts. I can't push up to get up from my right side. I have to lay on my left side. Yeah, I'm not going to be dunking basketballs anytime soon, but I'll get over that. It's not a bicep tear. I know what it is. I'm sure of what it is, Ben, but thank you. It's not a bicep tear. It's definitely not. It's in here. You carry 2 large bags to check and a backpack as a carry-on. All right. Well, but you're there for a while, so it's a little different. I mean, I went to the United States, and basically I spent about 10 days there. I spent about a week, 8 days in Ecuador, and we spent various days elsewhere, and it totaled about 3 weeks, 23 days, something like that. And we only brought backpacks, but if my wife didn't have that many items in her bag, then maybe I put something in her bag, so that we all used the bags to their fullest extent. Now, let's see here. Well, all right. I already showed you this thing. It's not frozen. I can tell you that. I know what it is. You guys don't understand that. I know what my shoulder is. I know what's going on with it. I know exactly what's happening. I have had it checked out by somebody, and I know what's going on. I'm fine. Even the doctor said, give it at least 6 months, up to a year. So my passport right in here. I got a pen just in case I need it. Open up. This is where my credit cards and ATM cards and all other kinds of cards go that I need. And I'm only bringing what I need. I won't be bringing my MRT card or my BTS card or anything like that. Yeah, that's what it is, Sammy. Even though I have one, it doesn't mean it's got to compensate for it. That's what my wife told me. All right, I got in here, and that's where I just put in my keys and I got some papers, and I'm probably going to carry these in my pocket. These are like my flight papers. I got my drone papers in here somewhere. Do I have them in here? No, my drone papers are in here behind my passport. I have my drone license, everything I need for my drone to show that I'm legal, so that where I'm going, I can ask the people, can I fly here? Because I'm going to have to get permission. Okay, so that's that. Obviously, I'll be bringing my microphone. I'll be bringing my laptop, and I'll be bringing my phone. Now, behind me, see, I don't want to lift it with my right arm because my right arm is thrashed. Guess what? Protein shaker. I'm bringing one of these because it's gonna be hard to get all the protein I need while I'm there. So I've got some whey isolate. Hey, Jono. Bring half as many clothes and twice as much money. Yeah, you always bring more money and less stuff. So here's all my protein. Right? Smells like protein. Protein. Good stuff. I got 8 packs in there for the 8 days that I'm going to be on the road. Now, I got protein bars. So, 1 protein bar, 1 protein drink. I got rolled oats. Now, these are divided up. You can't see it. They're divided up into packs so that I know how much to, I've already weighed them out. I know how much to eat every day. I got walnuts, 25 grams, approximately. No sugar, no fat. Well, I've lost like 30 pounds, man. It is working. I just watch what I eat. I also got peanut butter. And guess what? If you bring peanut butter, you bring yogurt in. Hey, Jono, how you doing? By the way, peanut butter, 1 pack per day, right? Boom. Tea, because I drink a cup of tea every day, and that will be probably in lieu of coffee when there are no coffee shops around. The good thing is we have clothes both in Thailand and my home. Yeah, that's really good. So bags are normally full of foods and seasoning going and items for Buddy here in Thailand when we return. I bring twice as much clothes. I can't bring twice as much money. Now, obviously, these are throwaway spoons and forks. You see, I wouldn't bring any of this stuff if I just was eating how I wanted to if I wanted to, you know, eat normally. Here's some spices from Pizza Hut that I can add on to some of my stuff. Did you fill those? No, I didn't, but they were filled by somebody. Where are they? They were filled by somebody. Oh, here they are. And I bought 5 more of these. I bought 5 more so that I can fill it. Maybe 2 of them with honey, and then 3, I don't know what I'll use them for. So, like I said, I got walnuts, 1 bag per day. So I know how much is in each bag. I've weighed them out. I know exactly what the deal is. And then I may get a couple more of these because this is not really enough. Tuna. This is 80 grams of tuna in water. Of course, I don't eat anything but tuna in water. I got some electrolytes just in case I start cramping up or anything. And for the rolled oats with peanut butter, a little ground cinnamon. And you can put this, if I can get some Greek yogurt, I'll put this in the Greek yogurt as well. So that's the food. All right. So I'm just going to throw this right back in here real quick. And probably I will carry this outside of my backpack just so that I can just go, listen, I got all this food here I got to bring through. You can check it all. I think it's all legit. You know, let me know. Even the peanut butter should be legit. They may want to look at the powder, make sure it's not like Coke or something. Although they should be able to figure out pretty quickly that it's not. There goes my shaker. Okay, so that's the food. Well, depends. I want fish, you know, good steamed fish, grilled fish. I don't think I'm going to be getting much lamb. Grilled beef, that kind of thing. Okay, that's fine. I know the first place I'm going, there's very little food. Eggs is something. I may pick up some hard-boiled eggs at the 7-Eleven when I get to Hat Yai. And but other than that, and Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get anything. I don't want to eat rice. I don't want to eat. I don't want to eat rice, and I don't want to eat noodles or starch like potatoes or anything like that. All right, so here's my bag. This is the bag. 38 liters. And that's it. Now in the front package, in the front shit, man. The front department. I gotta move this over. In the front compartment, I have things like toothpaste, Oh, I don't need this. Toothpaste, shaving cream, because I'm going to want to shave. Yeah, I got a razor. I got toothbrush. Now, I don't have to bring this package, but it makes it a lot neater. And that's really about it. I got some dental floss. That's about it. That's in the front compartment. I also have some carabiners, if you can see them here. So, but if I need to hang something, like a pair of stinky shoes or something, which I'm not going to use, I can do that. Let me flip this over. That's how you do it. You flip it over. And then in this little compartment here that I have in the front, guess what I got? It's a manual razor. A bowl. Is this my drone paperwork? Yes. Drone paperwork here. And I got some cables, which I need for my equipment. DJI for my camera, my batteries. Where's my drone batteries? They might be on the inside. I don't know. So let me put this back in here. Now, this thing, I can't really show you here without completely screwing it up. But let me see here if I can do this here. Yeah, that's closed. So you can open this here and open it here, and then everything is inside here. So I'm going to pull some stuff out. Whoops, there goes the lights. Boom, boom, out go the lights. I don't know why this light is screwing up. I should have known. I only bought it for like 200 baht. Okay, so I do have a hat this time because I know my bald head will get burned. There you go. I'm not saying where I'm going until I'm there. Here is my drone. I'm going on Thai Airways business class, so I'm not worried about the carry-on weight. They're not going to give me a hard time about it. This is the drone controller. These are some cables and stuff for the camera, and I got a housing so I can go underwater and go deeper if I want. It won't leak. I got a stick right here, selfie stick. This is the actual drone. Very light. Yeah, well, I am going to Hat Yai. I'm just not telling anybody where else I'm going. That's all. I mean, I'm not going to Hat Yai. Hat Yai is a stopping point. That's all it is. Okay, so this is I got a gimbal. There's my drone batteries. Oh. Now I don't have my shorts with me because they're being washed. I have 2 pairs of shorts, uh, that they're swimming trunks, and then I have a pair of shorts that I'm wearing, and I'll just use those just to wear to go and wear to come back. I got the little clip for the thing. I got some clothes. They're all rolled up. Uh, 2 pairs of underwears. There's 3 shirts here. I'm gonna have 4 shirts plus the one I'm wearing. I'll have 2 shorts plus a pair of jeans shorts. It's very easy, Ben. The first time they did it right there. Now you have to send it out and you have to just fill out the paperwork. And then you, if I remember correctly, because it's been, I don't know, 5 years, 6 years since I did it. Um, you have to have you have an envelope. You have to buy an envelope from, well, you don't have to, but you buy an envelope from them and you get everything and you address it and do everything and then it goes out. And then you get it back. I got mine back within 2 weeks, but sometimes it takes longer. Yeah, I got 3 pair of underwear. Sorry. That's it. So a lot of the stuff is gear, and it's really not that heavy at all. When you put it on your back, it's nothing. Oh God, man, that hurt. And if I really wanted, I could use the backpack, and I could. Where's that other bag? I could use this. Instead of that little bag, I use this. I put my passport, I put some of my gear in there, and then I got the backpack, and I got one other. You can bring a carry on and one other small bag. Like for ladies, it's usually a purse. Well, I'm not a lady, but I can bring my version of a purse right there. So there you go. That's everything that goes in there. And I still have a little bit in here. Oh, and then I got to put, I'll put my laptop in here. It goes in here. So this is the bag. It's the Tomtok 67. It was like 2,700 baht, and it's got a lot of padding in the back. It's got all kinds of. It's a nice bag. I really looked around and really looked at the ratings. Yeah, I'll show a little bit of the business class, of course. I always do stuff like that. Now, this morning I put up a video. What was it called? The 12 essential rules for surviving Thai bars and go-go's. So make sure you take a look at that. On Wednesday, now this has already gone up for members, but on Wednesday, the Earn Cash from Your Farm video, which is about 18 minutes, it goes up. And that's just basically us on the farm. We're doing various things. It's like, a day in the life of a farmer in the South. Although I don't do much work, first of all, because of my shoulder. Second of all, because I don't have to. Uh, but it shows the durian, us cutting the durian down, catching the durian, selling the durian, building the fish farm, everything that goes into it. Uh, eating coconut, eating all kinds of things. It's interesting, but it's 18 minutes and 6 seconds, and the 12 essential rules for surviving Thai bar girls is 18 minutes and 54 seconds. Hang on 1 second here. Let's see here. Here we go. There you are. That's that one. That went up this morning. Holy moly. Oh my God. All these bar girls are the same Facebook groups, so if you mess with them, they will all put you on blast. That's complete bullshit. Complete bullshit. Most of them don't give a flying fuck what you do. As long as you pay them, they don't care. Unbelievable. All right, so yeah, that's my bag and my food. There you go. Let me see something here. Two pieces of hand luggage, 7 kilos, which is 15 pounds, plus one personal item like a laptop bag, purse, or coat. So I don't know. I may use this bag. I don't know. Whatever. They're not going to say anything. They're probably not going to, so I don't really care. Anyway, traveling light is just smart. What re-entry permit? I'm not going outside of Thailand. What do I need a re-entry permit for? If I were going outside of Thailand, then maybe I would say, "Oh yeah, I better not forget that." But I'm not worried about it. Oh, a rear entry. Leave it to you. Leave it to you to trip me up like that. So anyway, listen, you want to travel with a bunch of bags that's on you. I personally don't want to, and my bag's going to be fine. Actually, I probably am going to use this bag instead of the other one. I wish I could carry the other one, but I just want to carry all the luggage in this bag, and that way I know where everything is, and it's not going to be smushed in there and all that other kind of stuff. And then definitely it won't be over the weight. So I'm not worried about that. The food, as soon as they look at it, I'm putting it in the bag. Once they say it's okay, it's going right in the bag. And to be completely honest, if I take the gear out and put it in this one bag, I can put the food in there and just go, hey, you might want to look at this. Boom, I unzip it, show them the food. They check everything. They go, oh, okay. Boom, you go through. So I'll be there. I'm going to have to be there very early. I'm leaving in a couple days, which, I'm looking forward to it. And, I don't particularly like the traveling, but at least if I'm going business class and I'm in their little high so uh, lounge, supposedly it's not the usual lounge, it's the very expensive lounge that not everybody can go into. I've got passes for it, so hopefully I'll be able to do that. Now that I want to see, um, I got no idea. Let me see if I can find out. It doesn't really tell me. I'm sure I could find out, but I don't know. I don't know what it is. Let me see here. A320, Airbus A320. Could be a Boeing 737. So who knows? Let's see here. I don't know how much room I have, how much leg room I have. Put it in English. Come on. All right, so this is the Seat Guru that I'm looking at. 35 is the pitch. Width is 17.7. So I should have enough room, hopefully. Yeah, I'm not going to be packing any fudge on the plane. I can tell you that right now. It's not going to happen. Oh, God. Anytime we start talking about women, this is what happens. All right, so let's see here. Yeah, that's not bad. I'll take the room. I'll take the space. Economy. I'm not in economy. Economy is 30. That's the pitch. Now the width is the same. You get more width in first class. So why can't they? Maybe they can bump me up to first class. I don't think there is a first class. It's a short flight, relatively short flight. So, but let me tell you, I'd rather fly business class every single time. It doesn't matter to me. I know it's extra money, but I'd rather just stash the money, wait a little longer, and then go. Oh, I'm going premium economy. Oh, I'm going business. Yeah, there is no first class on this flight. It's too short. They're not going to have it. But whatever, it doesn't matter. Okay, it just doesn't matter. Now let me put. You see, I already got my pens in here. I got everything I need. I put my batteries. Put my controller. I put my drone. This is the drone. Get in there. Get in there. Okay, I can put my camera in here. I can put this in here. I don't know if I can put this in here. This is actually pretty heavy, but I'll try. Could probably put this on the bottom. That means I got to bring my wallet though, but that's all right. Yeah, let me do this again. Pack and repack. That's something you should all subscribe to. You pack and then you repack. And I had a packing list, but for whatever reason, it's a little snug, but let's okay, done. All right, so this bag is packed. Boom. So it'll be this bag and that other bag, the Tom Talk bag, and they should be fine. Yeah, no problem. I should with using this bag, I should have plenty of room. Anyway, what's going on here? Where are we? 9:50. One more thing before we hit the end stretch. Um, oh gosh. Wow. What are you worried about me for? What are you, gay? You're gay and you're looking at me? Why do you worry about my shoulders? I know you're not just giving me a compliment. You're being a facetious asshole. And you see, the thing is when somebody starts talking about me personally, when they first come in and they've never said a word in the stream, they've never said anything, they're a troll. They're just a troll. This guy created his account today. He calls himself the Prince of Pathia 582, John Stevens. So he came in here to fuck with me, which I don't care. Doesn't matter. Nobody can fuck with me. You know that? You can't fuck with me. I'm bulletproof, baby. I'm rocket proof. I don't care anymore. That's the thing. I'm too old to give a shit. And you should subscribe to that mentality also. You're too old to be. What does it matter what any? I was thinking about this the other day. What does it matter what anybody thinks about you? Most of the time, it doesn't matter one bit. So, yeah, okay, your parents, yeah, well, that matters, somewhat. But at the end of the day, you're going to be your own man. You're going to be your own woman, whatever you are. You're going to do what you want to do. And there's nothing wrong with that. I got to get some sunglasses. I had some and I threw them away. Um, I'm not telling where I'm headed. I'm sorry. I'm going to the south and I'm flying to Hat Yai. And from there, I'm heading elsewhere. That's all I'm saying right now. And I think I'm streaming on Friday if I have access to 5G. Yeah. Well, I'm going to let you guys figure it out. It's not that difficult. But I was showing that I got this bag. And I got this bag. And I got a hat. I got to shave my head before I leave. So yeah, I do need glasses. I need glasses and I need sunscreen because I have 3 bottles of sunscreen and every one of them is bigger. Yeah, I'm taking my Action Cam 5, which is a video camera. I'm taking my phone, which has, and that's it. I'm not taking anything else. I'm taking my drone and I'm taking my gimbal. That's it. I'm not bringing a camera. I just, Jono, I just don't feel the need. I don't feel like I need to lug around a camera, you know? I don't know what purpose it would. The problem with me is I'm like somebody who I can't multitask when it comes to cameras. I hate carrying around like you carry a camera and then you've got the video camera attached to the camera and you're like trying to shoot photos and the video camera is tilted and and then you got to keep it steady and no, just give me the video camera. I have a hard enough time shooting video. I don't think I'm all that good as a videographer. What's in here? I don't think I'm all that good as a videographer. So, at the end of the day, just give me the video camera. That's all I need. And that's it. So this bag is not going. So maybe I should put this. What am I doing here? There we go. Okay. All right. So we're all set. There we go. Now, you should travel light because I said so. So, like I said, if you want and you want to like bring your food with you, like I got a whole bag of food. Uh, and you're going to have to figure out, well, editing is one thing, but shooting the video is a completely different matter. I think I'm a much better editor than I am. You haven't watched my Southern Thai video yet. I know that, but if you did, maybe you would see. That'll be coming up on Wednesday. So, what was I going to say here? Yeah, if you want food, just make sure like you can't bring tuna, you can't bring mackerel, you can't bring peanut butter, you can't bring yogurt, Greek yogurt. You can't bring any of that stuff unless it's under the 100 milliliters that you're allowed and you have it packed. Um, you can bring things like rolled oats and protein bars and stuff like that. But if you try to bring on I tried to bring yogurt on. I mean, it was 190 baht yogurt, which I'm like, okay, I bought like 3 of them and I kept 2 here and I brought one with me and they go, no, you can't bring this. It's liquid. I go, open it up. It's not a liquid. And they're like, yeah, but it can turn into a liquid. And I'm like, oh my God. Things have gotten so crazy. Yeah, Sam, all I do is they'll have a hot water maker there. And I just turn the hot water maker on, put it in there, throw in the peanut butter, throw in some cinnamon, boom, it's done. So that's enough for me. That'll be, that's not a real big meal. That's just something to help me out. That's why I'm bringing protein because I don't really have enough stuff. Now, if I'm going and I'm going to buy some fish, and if I can find some stuff, which I know one of the places I can, but I think that another place I know I'm not going to be able to. 2/4 Korean. Let me see here. Okay. Yeah, that's decent. Yeah, it's not great, but it's good. Yeah, be great if you had some people in it in the photo. Usually, that's kind of what makes a photo is the people or some kind of action going on. Like what am I bringing? Yeah, I'm bringing all this equipment that I said, and I'm bringing. I'm not bringing all that many clothes. And I mean, you might think that 4 shirts and one that I'm wearing is a lot of shirts, but I'm going to be gone for 8 days, 8 nights. So that means I'm going to have to do my wash when I'm there, which is fine. I don't care. I'll do that. That's figured in. So really, it's about practicality. It's about minimalism. It's about efficiency, and you don't want to deprive yourself of anything. I don't think I'm depriving myself of anything. I got a lot of the food that I can. That food will, if I really want, that food that I'm bringing is enough to last me all day. Uh, what I have allocated, but really, it's only like one meal. So if I can find like some steamed fish, some boiled fish, some grilled fish, some grilled beef, or whatever it is, anything that doesn't have a bunch of sauce, doesn't have their usual bullshit on it, I'll eat it. No sugar. And when you have one bag, it's very easy. You change your plans. You don't have to go, oh, my bag. I got to worry about my bags. How am I going to deal with that? And if I decided to stay where I want to stay for another week, I could do it. I could be gone for 2 weeks, 3 weeks if I wanted. Now, later next year, I plan on going to Europe and going to the United States and various places here in Thailand. and I'll just carry one bag. That's it. One bag. I'll probably wear a pair of jeans to walk around with, and I'll have, you know, two pairs of shorts, three pairs of shorts, 4 or 5 shirts, some socks, a little bit of underwear, like, 2, 3 pairs of socks, some underwear, and that's it. Now, if I'm going somewhere cold, that's a different story because you got to pack for a colder climate. And if I decide to bring a camera, well, I've been saying this for a long time. I'm thinking about picking up this one camera. It's about 42,000 baht, so it's not cheap, but it's for the price it's worthwhile. And it's about this big. And it's not the Sony, it's a Ricoh. That's about the size of it right there. And you always have to have travel insurance. I don't need it now because I have regular insurance that covers me inside of Thailand. And really, I don't have to cook anything other than the rolled oats, which, like I said, if I have, um, yeah, I don't sweat. I don't sweat that much, man. Is it mostly for fiber? No, I'm just on the. Actually, it's called the Dagestan diet because what I did was I was really curious about how these Dagestanis get into such good shape. They train their ass off. I know that. But I wanted to know what their diet is. And it was basically like a keto carnivore diet. They don't eat sugar. They don't eat a lot of processed food. They don't any processed food really. They don't eat starch like potatoes, white potatoes or anything like that, like rice, like noodles. So that kind of puts me off of most Thai food. I don't eat a lot of Thai food because it's not really that healthy for you. Ever have issues with washing, drying your clothes? Certain detergents give. No, I never have had that kind of stuff. I don't have those kind of problems. Travel insurance is a must. Can't believe people don't travel with it. LOL. Japan was getting taken advantage of by people going to the hospital and skipping on the bill. That's happened in Thailand also, and they're a little more stringent about it now, but not that much more. There's always people getting into motorcycle accidents, and then they're putting up a GoFundMe. So and so needs $50,000. Well, didn't you have insurance? Oh, my insurance isn't going to cover it because it was a motorcycle accident and I wasn't wearing my helmet or something like that. So that's why I pretty much don't ride motorcycles. And if I do, I wear a helmet because I don't want to have that kind of thing happen to me. So, it is what it is. That's what I would say. Now, let me see here. Let's see. What do you mean? What about sleeping? I don't do earplugs or eye mask or any of that. I just make sure that when I sleep like by myself, I make sure the curtains are all drawn, the room is really black, it's dark, there's no lights on. I don't leave the computer open so where the light is shining, I close it. Everything is dark. And that way I find I sleep a lot better that way. Now, when my wife is here, sometimes she's watching her phone or something like that. I'm like, shut that goddamn thing off. I can't stand it. It bugs me. I don't like to hear the noise when I'm going to sleep. No, I don't sleep on the planes, and I won't sleep on this plane. I can tell you that. I might nod off for like 5 minutes, maybe that. But most of the time, I don't sleep at all. Now, this is an early flight, and I'll be in the lounge probably for an hour. I mean, like 4 o'clock in the morning. Um, yeah, okay. Well, whatever. We'll see when I go back to the VA. We'll see what they say. That could be. Who knows? Anyway, that's it. That's all I got to say. Carry your documents. Make sure you bring your passport if you're traveling internationally. Make sure if you're in Thailand, bring your passport, which I will be doing. Yeah, I don't know why I set the thing back here. Oh, this is it right here. All right. Yeah, it's very easy. I've seen guys all the time. They bring 2, 3 big bags. I go into their hotel room and it's just an absolute disaster. What do you do when you are out traveling and you get tired? Like, do you just find a coffee shop to chill out and rest? Most of the time, if I go out, I'm not like getting so tired where I'm like, oh God, I gotta find a coffee shop. I can't function. I don't usually, it doesn't really happen. There are no benches really. So if you want to rest, you got to just dip into a shop. I mean, if I haven't had a coffee and I really do get tired and there's coffee shops around, I try to find one that looks comfortable where I think the coffee will be decent. I hate getting shit coffee. I really don't like now. I don't like it at all because usually I drink an espresso or I drink a dirty coffee. And an espresso, um, it's just coffee. It's an acquired taste. It's not something where you're going, oh, this is so delicious. It tastes like apple pie, or something like key lime pie. No, it doesn't. It's not good like that. It's an acquired taste. I mean, it is still water going through beans. Uh, Now the dirty coffee that has milk in it, that's a little better. In my opinion, it's better tasting. Uh, I mean, I just don't. I don't. It's more of a habit now. And to be honest, sometimes I think, do I really need it? Is it really that good for me? And if you drink under about 3 cups a day, it's 3 cups or under a day. It's supposed to be really good for you. But let me see something here. Let's see. I want to find out how many double espressos. 2 to 4 double espressos a day is generally fine. 4 doubles starts to push beyond the widely recommended ceiling. Stop at least 6 to 8 hours before bed so you don't crush deep sleep. I can tell you that uh, sometimes I drink like at like 8 o'clock at night. I'll have a double espresso, and it doesn't really do anything, honestly. To each his own. Okay, I guess. Underwater video camera and a drone. A clue. There you go. Hat Yai. Another clue. It's not that difficult. There's only so many places I could be going. Coffee doesn't keep me up. It doesn't keep me up either. Now, it may wake me up. It may disrupt my sleep, which is probably why I wake up at 3 or 4 o'clock. I woke up at 2 o'clock last night and I was like, I couldn't find my phone. So I'm like, oh, what time is it? What time is it? And I look and I go, I finally found it. And I go, it's 2 o'clock. I'm like, are you kidding me? I got to go back to sleep. So I just laid there in the dark and started breathing, just remembering to breathe. And within a couple of minutes, I was knocked out. Then I woke up and it was 4 o'clock. And I'm like, okay, well, it's time for me to wake up now. I always wake up at 4 o'clock. I don't know what it is. Old people wake up when they're, I guess, at 3, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock every day. Let me see something. Why do I don't need as much sleep. Early waking really does get more common with age, and it's mostly biology, not some mysterious old person habit. The body clock shifts earlier. Well, my body clock has shifted earlier. You make less melatonin. You feel sleepy at 8 to 9 p.m. and naturally wake up at 4 to 5, even if you'd rather sleep late. Um, that's true. Now, I don't know if some of you guys may remember, I used to go to bed at 12, 1, 2 o'clock. And this is when I was kind of when I was still working and I was doing a lot of things, but I would be up until 12 or 1 o'clock. My wife is sound asleep. She's snoring. Maybe it's 2 o'clock. And I woke up at 7 o'clock. I'm like, well, I only got 4 hours of sleep. 6, 7 o'clock, I'd wake up. Now it's changed. Last night it was 8:30, 8:45, and I go, oh God, I got to go to bed. And I went to sleep. I'd say by 9:15, I was out. So it is true. When you get older, you tend to go to sleep a little bit earlier. And that's okay with me. I don't care. I'm glad I keep waking up. Yeah, you guys have clues. I don't want to hear where it is. I'm not telling you now. But on Friday, I will tell you, and I don't know, maybe you'll be able to tell. Some of you will be smart and use the Google, whatever that is, satellite or whatever, and figure it out. It's not that difficult, but I just want to be, I want to be difficult. I want to be mysterious. So you guys are going to have to figure it out yourself. Yeah. What else did I have to say about this? Did I read everything that I needed here? Food planning, yeah, you always got to remember about your food. How am I going to eat? You always have to have some snacks. So that's why I bring the walnuts. I bring, protein bars. I bring isolate, whey isolate, speed and freedom, lower cost and risk, body protection, practical packing strategy, which I got some good strategies for my packing, but it would be better if I could use the vacuum. But if you've got to if the vacuum is big, then you don't want to have to bring it with you. Encourage viewers to try one carry-on only trip. If you guys can't do a carry-on trip, then there's something wrong with you. And light packing is not a sacrifice. It's really a smart way to go. Guys who go to bed at 8:30 p.m. get up at 5, yell at the kids to get off their lawns all day. I don't know who told you that. It's not me. I don't do that. I go to bed at 8:30 or 9, maybe 10 o'clock sometimes. And yeah, and I wake up at 4 o'clock every day. And I may wake up in the middle of the night to have to take a piss. I still pack like I did in the Army, drilled into me. Luckily, I don't have to dump it out for inspection. Yeah. Yes, I think I'm taking my laptop. Yes, I am. I don't have to. I do have where is that? Oh, I don't know how many 64 gigs. Can plug this into my iPhone. Now the action cam, everything can go to my iPhone, and the drone, well, I can get the drone footage too to go to my phone. I can download it to my phone. I think I have 256. Maybe I have 512. I'm not sure. I think I have 256. So I don't have to bring my iPhone or my laptop. I don't have to bring it, but it is nice to watch Netflix. Although I have a lot of things downloaded already, I can just watch them on my phone. I don't have to use any internet. I don't have to do anything. I mean, I don't have to bring it. So maybe I will not bring it. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. Thank you, Mr. Two Quarters Korean, for that generous donation. I appreciate it. That's the first one of the day. Now I did get like a 250 baht donation for the Bar Girls video, and I appreciate that too. Um, Who gave that to me? God damn it, I can't remember who. Joe. Thank you, Joe. Joe Ford. Big shout out to you. I appreciate it. 2/4 Korean. Big shout out to you. Thank you, everybody, for sending me those super chats today. I appreciate that. Very kind of you. Very generous of you. So I'm looking forward to going away. I always say that. I'm always looking forward to it. And this time I'm not that bothered by traveling, because at least I'll be traveling business class. With the vacuum Ziploc bags, after you put your stuff in, you can just roll it up and get the air out and then lay them flat. No vacuum required. Well, that's what I do pretty much anyway. All my stuff is rolled up and it flattens out, and I don't have a problem. I have no problem packing, believe me. I figure it out. I have no problem. And the only thing I use the Ziploc bags for is my food. Now these right here, these are a bit of a clusterfuck, but that's fine. I mean, the peanut butter, they're nice. That's fine. I don't care. It's not going to take up that much room. And I'm actually looking forward to tasting that peanut butter, seeing what it's like. Yeah, all right. This takes up some room. This takes up some room. So, if I wanted, I could travel lighter. But I want this food because I'm dead set on sticking with my diet. And I don't want to call it a diet, actually. I want to continue to eat how I want to eat, which is no sugar, no high carbs, no simple carbs. I don't want to eat any of that stuff. Put some stuff, liquid container, what? Some stuff 8N, 8 in the liquid container. What liquid container? I have no liquid container. I have the liquid bag. I don't know that I really want to bring it, because all the stuff that I'm going to carry, probably I don't need. I mean, my camera is waterproof. I don't have to bring my phone. And I do have a waterproof case for the phone as well. Then what do I need to bring? I don't have to bring my keys. You must not be able to buy a cup where you're going. Another clue. Pack whatever fits into the big cup thing you showed. It's not that big, to be honest. It's really not that big. It's enough for the oats that I have. That's it. And the peanut butter and everything. It was a little smaller than I thought. And I was like, damn, this thing's a little bit small. I should have got the bigger one. But whatever it is, it's fine. I'll work with it. Listen, I'm easy, man. I don't complain. I don't bitch and moan about it. I just look at it and go, okay, so what am I going to be able to do? And the thing is that in one of the places where I'll be, I should be able to find grilled fish, grilled beef, eggs, that kind of thing. I should be able to get an omelet. The only thing is they'll be cooking with their oil. So I was like, well, maybe I got to bring my own oil. They can cook with it. And I might, because I have these packages coming, and I have olive oil, virgin olive oil. I have some good virgin olive oil, and I can just pack it right in. I can pack it up and boom. Hey, can you cook my eggs for me? And by the way, use this oil right here. Oh, this one, huh? Yes, this one. Daimai. Okay, thank you. So that's probably going too. I'm probably going to bring some olive oil. I don't know. We'll see. But I was surprised to find those cans of tuna. And maybe today I'm going to go get a couple more. I don't know. We'll find out. Or I may just go to the grocery on Wednesday. I need that, and I need some sunscreen. And the sunscreen, I can get sunscreen that's under the limit, so I have to bring sunscreen also, and the sunscreen that I have is all over the weight and over the limit, so they're going to say, nope, you can't bring this. Too bad. So anyway, that's the way it goes. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got. Thank you very much, everybody. Hey, hit the like button, please. I'd appreciate it. Uh, I find that a lot of people don't, when we're doing traveling and when we're doing, I mean, something like this, or even about like the farm or various other videos having to do with other stuff, the videos don't get as many people watching as when I'm talking about banks, I'm talking about money, I'm talking about even the bar girls. I mean, but I think that's kind of dying out a little bit unless you're inside the bar or you're talking to some bar girl. And I don't want to deal with those chicks. I got no desire to talk to a bunch of bar girls. I mean, I know some of them are very nice and you can have a conversation with them and they're very alluring but I don't want to be around it. You know. That was at a certain juncture in my life and that part of my life is over now and there's a lot of other things to do. And quite frankly, I don't care if I don't get many views. I care that I have a good time when I'm doing what I'm doing, and hopefully that will translate and people will like what I'm doing. So hopefully, uh, I'll be able to get some footage underwater, and it will be nice and clear and clean. And I don't know, we'll have to see. But that's one of my goals. We'll see. Anyway, that's all I have. So until next time, I'm Scott. I'm an American in Bangkok. Choke di leo jerken mai, which is good luck and see you again. Take care, Dule DD. And I'll talk to you maybe on Friday. If not Friday, next Sunday, but we'll see. Okay. Hopefully it'll be on Friday. Is it Friday? I think it's Friday. Yeah. Anyway, I'll talk to you all later.